Hey, man.
What's up? How you been?
Chilling, you?
Good. Missing the Falcons game, which is a little sad.
I'm sad. It's okay, though.
All right, everyone. Welcome to our very first episode of Under the Bar, hosted by Lottie. I'm your host, Tanay Shajit, CEO and co-founder.
My name is Meath. I'm CTO of Lottie.
And let's explain what this really is, right? Two 20-year-olds starting a podcast. I feel like there's one of those like every other day.
Yeah, right? Like, I've been seeing so much of this. It's like, why do this?
I was really hesitant to do this, but then I kind of realized like the guests that we're bringing on is kind of exciting.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
then
lot of
after speaking to over how many lawyers?
700 lawyers.
700 lawyers, we were like, man.
We wish some of those recordings that or like the calls we had were like published on the web. So we're like, might as well do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess I'll kick things off and start like why we wanted to kind of do this, right? So like I mentioned, we've spoken to over 700 attorneys.
Yep.
And what we kept noticing over and over again were there were some really unique conversations that attorneys would love to hear, but also prospective law students, current law students, and then sometimes the general public, because there's a lot of crazy stories in criminal defense, medical malpractice that we've heard.
Exactly.
That would be kind of intriguing entertainment.
Yeah, and I've just been seeing so many cases on the news now with just like so many just top figures like Elon Musk, the Diddy case.
Yeah.
Just hearing about these things is like, what is going on? Like, what is it like for an attorney to just go through all of these, like, cases? And it's like, there's high stakes with all this.
And I guess the thing is, like, over the last 9 months since we've been building Lottie, I never realized how, like, there's a legal team involved in, like, everything you kind of see, right? And we'll kind of dive into those nuances, talk about some of the future guests we have, things of that nature. But I guess we should first talk about, like, why we started Lottie, how far we've come. It's been around 9 months, almost our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, it's like a 1 year anniversary coming up. We started really kicking things off in like September.
Yeah, so I guess we'll give you guys a quick story.
Yeah.
I came back from West Point, going back to Georgia Tech, entering my second year, and I was like, everyone at GT is building something. Why not me, right? So
okay.
I first hit up the smartest CS student I knew, which was me.
Thank you.
And we were originally building the ZocDoc for law, right? So if everyone's not familiar with ZocDoc, what that platform essentially allows you to do is kind of find a doctor by just hopping on the web. So we kind of want to make that for law because what we've noticed is finding legal representation
is very hard for some
very difficult, right?
Yeah.
Depending on your education level, where you kind of come, your income. So that's kind of our first iteration. And then we kind of pivoted to where we are right now, kind of AI workflows around winter break, so going into the new year.
We came to the conclusion that if we really wanted to help a client out, it made more sense to just cut the fat of legal work.
Exactly. Just unlock the lawyer, right?
Unlock the lawyer to just be able to take on more clients. Right?
Exactly. So if you're going to talk about what you hope to get out of this, because I kind of know I have my own perspective, but interested to hear yours.
So for me, my journey was mainly just like kind of building off of these ideas. I was a hacker. And then when Tanay hit me up, I was like, oh my goodness, like, yes, we can take an idea and carry along with it.
That's not what you said, actually. What you told me was first I have to find 4 attorneys who are down before you
okay,
come on board.
yeah.
Which was valid, right? I guess like some
customer discovery, of course.
Discovery.
Yeah. But then after that, I was like, okay, like, let's roll with it. Let's do it. So what I really hope to get out of this, and by starting this podcast, is like really just figure out like what it's like in the day of a life of an attorney first, how they started, like what their journey is, and then just like understand like, because for me, I'm like starting to pick up interest in but like really just understand like what it's like for them, because especially in this changing landscape now, a couple of these attorneys like started out before the internet was even there. So for them, they're seeing the second technological shift in their career, and that's really important, especially for prospective law students to hear, right? Because they're about to be the next people up. A lot of attorneys we've spoken to are retiring soon, right? And they're happy. They're happy now that they don't have to deal with like any of this AI like revolution or change, and that's crazy.
I feel like they would be much happier if they started their practice with AI.
Exactly, and like we really want to just shed some light and just be able to like kind of get everyone like consolidated on what the future will be like. A lot of lawyers have really great takes. A lot have really like interesting takes that make you think differently about the world and like where they are too. Like for a lot of people, even starting their practice out, our dream with Lottie was to be able to help people start their own practice too.
Exactly. And talking about that, shout out Kevin Boyer. He actually called me on Wednesday, and he told me that he's starting his own practice, and he thought about us, and he was interested in coming on board. And I feel like those are the moments that kind of like make us keep going.
They're
make us
like,
keep
okay,
building.
yeah, it's game time.
And like that's what we wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like our ultimate goal is to not only be like the go-to when you start your own practice, but when you're in law school, you're trained on Lottie, right? So
Yeah.
right now, law students are trained on Lexis and Westlaw, but we want that to become Lottie, right?
Yeah.
And we've had every reason to quit over this past year, right? But we've kept going. Like I think that's kind of the reason why we're starting to see some of the progress we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Just stay in the game long enough, I guess. Like we're in no place to kind of give advice yet. But I guess if you are planning on starting your own startup podcast or whatever that might be,
You can follow along. You can see us right here.
follow along,
fail.
see our journey, see us fail, but then also just keep going, right? Like some of my friends, they've had some really good startup ideas. They've stopped after 2 months, but you got to keep going.
You have to keep going.
So I guess we'll wrap up by just telling you some of the future guests we kind of have on board.
Who do we have? Who's coming up?
Mead said he wanted to keep it mysterious.
Okay. I did. I still think we should, because I always like, you know.
Yeah, we'll keep it mysterious for now. I'll give you.
You're just gonna describe them to me.
I'll
Is that what you're
describe
gonna
them.
do?
I'll describe them to you.
Okay.
So over the next like, 3 guests,
Three
our
guys.
first guest coming up is a 9-figure personal injury lawyer in Atlanta, right?
Okay.
So he's making some big bucks.
Oh. Ooh.
And our
okay.
second one is a very well-known woman in the Atlanta community
Yep.
who ran for governor
Yep.
and now is leading a life of public service.
And then
And
our
then
third
our
one.
third one is a very prominent attorney featured in some rap songs, but also has defended a lot of rappers.
I wonder who that could be.
Wonder who that could be. But you can expect episodes bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And I'll always be here. And then if we're blessed enough, we'll always have Mead.
Yeah.
But
I'll
that's
be
pretty
a
much
mysterious
it.
guest too.
You have any closing remarks?
Yeah. So, just to follow along on our journey too, we're hosting CLE conferences, right?
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Plug that real quick.
Yeah, so we're hosting CLE conferences. So if you're not an attorney, what that is continuing legal education, right? So attorneys basically need to attend these conferences/classes to maintain a good bar standing. And what we're doing is we're hosting them. So we have our first one coming up in September.
Yeah.
And we have 3 other panelists speaking, including me. And what you can expect from that is kind of just teaching these solo and boutique practices on how to incorporate AI into the firm, the benefits, how to do that ethically.
And then the trade-offs, right? We've
Yeah.
been seeing a lot of like lawyers, judges even.
Getting sanctioned,
Sanctioned.
disbarred, fines, heavy fines. I guess we shouldn't say the judge. It was the clerk, right? So I guess that's a good way to put it. But just diving deep into AI, some of these lawyers' lives, kind of their background, and then a bunch of rabbit holes, right? I know
We're gonna go down so many rabbit holes.
I know for our next guest, like we might be talking about Labubu dolls and things of that nature. But that's pretty much it from my standpoint. But we also want to hear from you, right? If you have any questions that you would like answered by some top advocates.
Exactly. For law students especially, right? Like if you guys are thinking about starting your own practice, like this next guest, he is the guy to go to.
Yeah. So ask away. No legal advice, but
From us.
But
But
yeah, you could ask him some legal advice. Any funny questions, funny scenarios you've been in, ask away. Sky's the limit. We'll look at the responses.
yeah.
Ask on Twitter. So my handle will be in the description, but it's at Saneshajith. Just ask me on Twitter, send me an email, call me, anything.
All right.
But that's pretty much it. I'm ready to sign off and watch the rest of Sunday Night Football or whatever.
Yeah. Happy Sunday, everyone. This is me and Sine signing off, right?
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time. I think it's like as we get like more comfy with it.